joining us. The situation, as we've been talking about here in Aleppo, it's hard for me to get my head around just what the suffering must be there, how badly off people must be. UNICEF, I know, said that the danger to children there because of a lack of drinking water is acute.
Yes, it is a serious problem. Temperatures have been really going up over the past few days, and water-related diseases are supposed to increase, especially among children. We have to understand that the people of Aleppo have been suffering from a besiegement for the past month. And even though there have been attacks, the rebels have taken over the besiegement on Saturday, humanitarian aid is not going through at the moment. So that means there's only 1 week left of food reserve. Medical facilities have been bombed, so there are only 30 doctors left in Aleppo. You have only the food left is really, the price is really going up. Some of the food products, the prices have been multiplied by 100 or 200. So it's really important to understand that now people are staying at home. There are no food stores open. People don't know if they can escape. So they're stuck between, staying in Aleppo and being bombed and starving to death, or going towards the people that might fire at them. So it's really an impossible choice that they're facing.
3 hours is the current agreement to get supplies in, and that clearly is nowhere near enough time. The UN's asking for 48 hours. In that time, the supplies need to be given not to the shops so they can sell it and make more money, but of course to the people. And that is no easy task in a city where everything is organised and everything is structured. You're going into a place which is a war zone, which is full of hazards, and obviously on all sides there are certain people who may not respect the agreements not to fire.
Yeah, this is very difficult. The first thing is, of course, we welcome opposing the fighting. 3 hours is not sufficient. We, as NGOs and as CARE, we support the call from the UN to have a 48-hour pause to allow enough trucks to come in. And it's surely very, very important to work with local associations to reach the most vulnerable population. This is what CARE does. So we work with local partners who can identify the most vulnerable people and make sure aid goes to them. But in the really short term, what we want is not 3 hours or 48 hours. It's unfettered, universal, sustainable access to everybody in Syria, because this is really important to understand. Aleppo is something that we talk about in the news, and it's really important. People are suffering there. But in Syria, there are 6 million people that have been displaced and who need help. So it's not just Aleppo. We need the international community. We need Russia. We need the United States. We need France. Everybody, all the people who committed through resolutions at the UN Security Council to walk the talk. We cannot let human lives be bargaining chips anymore. So we need to have this humanitarian access. We need to make sure that there are no longer attacks against civilians. And we need also to make sure that there is a path towards some resolution of that conflict in a peaceful way, with all stakeholders at the table, the government, but also the armed forces and civil society. And also we need funding. This is really, really scary to see that we are in August and only 30% of the $7 billion that are needed to both help Syrian people in Syria and in neighboring countries have been collected. This is really insufficient. And we cannot let what happened last year happen, which is only half of the funds were collected.